I can't believe it's taken this long to talk about this thing. It began here, finished here, alt version was made, artist block was the reason why I haven't talked about this for a long while. So, yeah, here we are. I'm gonna go straight into this because there's a lot to talk about. Foxer is pretty off-model here. Knowing how Foxer is presented in here, it's pretty clear I did not use reference sheets back then, nor did I make any. And now I am, and it's pretty cool, and now I can finally just draw characters consistently now. And that's really a great bonus from actually taking time to do this stuff. His arms and legs are very small. His shoes, they're almost as small as the legs. And like the biggest thing about the character are like the four tails. Foxer started out and technically still is a hybrid between a kitsune and a fennec fox. It's really amazing what a year can do to a character, and that's just pretty amazing in my book. I would like to shout out Josu since he's actually drawn both Foxer and Alexandra, other OC, in his own free time. And his art is amazing, and I'm really taking some cues on how he draws my character, and also how Sega drew Tails back in the day. So, yeah.
Hey! Howard says you've been making fun of him all day! Now both of you apologize right now!
She's so tiny.
This is the first RubberHose OC drawn on here, and I think it came out pretty well. I like the triangle body that was done, as this was drawn during an earlier point before the video you just saw, you know, existed. This Toon's design overall is very simplistic, and I really like how cute the character is in general. I really like drawing this character. The character seems to be in the same vein as Foxy and Roxy when they were redesigned for Tiny Toon Adventures. This art of Tunnel was done long before the canvas was a thing. I still think it still holds up. Sonic Galactic is a great fan game, and Tunnel is a fun character to play with. I initially drew Willow back when, like, the character was a work-in-progress SRB2 mod. And, as you can see from some of the art I've took reference from, I believe he also tried to make his character a Friday Night Funkin Mod, but I don't think that's been done yet. But at the time of this video, Willow's an actual character mod for SRB2, and he's absolutely fun. The phase dash is amazing, not to mention that this is probably one of the only characters that can spin dash in the air. He is just a fun to play with and uses the Dark Wisp Bond better than a lot of the actual Sonic games do. As I continue talking about characters, you'll see why that Starlight and probably also why Surfing love this thing so much. Also, Willow apparently has a mom that he hates because she's an evil CEO, so yeah, that's something. Tyke the Porcupine was a very hard character to actually draw, mainly because he's a porcupine. Dear gosh, those Fleetway burns, and those hair, and his gloves and shoes. That's what makes him so unique. Why he looks super cool. Drawing on digital without a paper sketch is hard for me, so yeah, that's why he looks so cursed here. Also, now this is his current design. So, RubberSonic is basically an AU, created by Kirby Dream Pink. You may have known this person for certain things, but for RubberSonic in particular, his AU involves chemical plant and him getting caught in an accident there, causing him to have Spinel powers. So yeah, this character is basically just Sonic but Spinel. This user also draws Steven Universe redraws, so yeah, Sonic but Spinel is a pretty rad, cool Sonic thing.
Hey, yeah? Yeah, I saw that already.
Berd was pretty simple to draw. The main thing I learned about this guy was that apparently, to species when it comes to his stuff. There's not just like one singular bird, a whole species. And apparently everyone else knew that, so that really wasn't anything interesting. I don't know what else to say. I like his content. He's very cool. My favorite one was when they did the skunk thing. And one of the episodes was a two-parter, and that was one of the coolest things ever. This artwork is based off the cosplayers shown here. The original cosplayer removed all traces of the Junko cosplay. This is because that they dropped the Junko Inoshima from Danganronpa as their kin. Junko is a character I feel to be very despair-hungry, so she and Monokuma team up in the game to kill things, I guess. The character also appears to be a master manipulator and a fashionista too, so that's something. I stayed close to the cosplay as possible while adding in the same thing I did with the arms and legs, but put it on the shoes as well. Also, Junko's hair is very hard to draw. How are they able to, create the base shape? Soap Surfin is the original creator of Orville, and is also the guy who helped out on the SRP2 mod. Let's be real here, the only people I could think of that could outmatch Soap when it comes to drawing SPO would be the original character designer for Knuckles Chaotix in general. Orville is probably another character that I feel is going to be an SRP2 mod someday. I mean, Soap is making progress, but yeah, it's gonna take a long while for that to happen. I should also show y'all the reason why Soap and both Starlet love this thing so very much. First I placed Orville and then a majestic thing came out. I updated Willow accordingly. Long after the canvas was completed, Soap dropped this. Beautiful.
Listen, Mac, we ran out of breast milk a couple of days ago. All that's left is goat cheese.
Sir, my pal just needs to know if you sell burgers here. He just wanted a deliciously good...
This character is just Sonic with a band on him. A hairband. Doesn't help that all I did was just draw his head and that was pretty much it. Dude, I know we are mutuals and all, but please, stop doing stuff like this.
Oh, I love it when you're evil. This is me at my most evil. Do your evil laugh.
YEENs, like Berd, are technically their own species. So there's not just one singular YEEN. This also means that there can be baby YEENs, and there's a queen YEEN, and buff YEENs. There is also a YEEN council, and these. They're lion-like equivalent. That's a lot of YEENs. And I love them very much. I almost forgot this character's name. Thank goodness I scoured through Discord to find it. So, Curie the Octopus. The original appearance of this character looked like this. Clearly, it is Superstar Sonic RP on Roblox. You can create your original character, or just one of the canonical characters. Oh, and also, I think I've been using 4+ shades for a lot of this art you've been seeing, so yeah. The design for Raphi Gallen here is way different than how he is as an SRP2 mod. Yes, he is a mod in Sonic Roll Blast 2. Oh, and he's getting a re-sprite too, don't forget about that. Like a lot of characters put onto this, yeah, his hair was very hard to draw. Okay, I kinda shortened it a little bit so it actually could fit on his head, without making him fall. I'm very happy with the end result though. Kermit has this really good aesthetic going on, with the elf ears, and this really cool big fat color bracelet, and thus it was drawn. This uses a much more darker color scheme, considering this was a TikTok filmed under a tree. My favorite part of the look would be the crosses on the top of the eyes. It's a shame that my art just completely just shoved that out of the water when I just put on the hair. So, there's like 2 different versions of PEACHYFIZZ, both in and out of cosplay. The reason why this person was drawn in the first place is because I like their cosplays and YEEN is amazing. The out of cosplay look is where this goes hard, in the shading sense. There are like 12 different types of gray on that shirt alone. There are also 5 on the pants and 3 on the skin tone. I think that the hair was supposed to be like in a sort of pigtails form, but I didn't get that was what they were going for. And it's not just a single braid. So now we are cutting through from April 8th all the way to right around July 24th. The reason why that the colors here were very dark was because of the fact that I took them from the pictures. The speed paint I'm looking at right now is me trying to draw the YEEN cosplay, but then turned into like a profile picture, and I never used it. I should probably say some stuff about YEEN if you didn't know already. The character is from Genshin Impact and uses fire moves, and acts as a sort of advisor to a couple of other characters. The character has a strong sense of personality, despite the legal advisor stuff. She also has a strong sense of justice. The law. One thing I've noticed when going back to this is how much detail there was, and the fact that I even went and found the original art just to get in the shoes. YEEN's design is extremely complicated. The hair's the least of my problems, the whole body's a big pain. I have to draw the skirts, I have to draw the overcomplicated parts that go over on the chest plate, I have to draw the very complicated hat. A lot of stuff in YEEN's design it has a lot of detail, there's a lot of things all over it. This whole YEEN thing was done for the alt version of this canvas. And, well, yeah, the coloring here is a lot brighter than already done PEACHYFIZZ on, you know, the original. Out of everything on this canvas, this was the one thing on the canvas that I feel the most proud of, and I'm happy I was able to, you know, finish this. Also, The Walking Dead. Okay, so this one was from a Discord server. So this guy had like this OC, and it was a rat. A real cool rat. He had like these cool ring bracelets, and his like hand, one of his hands, it was cut. A little cut scrape there. I dubbed this rat the Snack Rat because this was when this guy was originally called Snacks. He has a really cool design. I also had to ask him about the shoes that the character had. He didn't have them in the art. Don't worry though, I did ask the original creator about that, and 3, 2, 1, there it is. That's the design of the shoes. I honestly really like the shoe design that he gave to his rat character, and I just like him. I like this guy a lot. The Ghost Hog was created by this dude. He has a toyish Sonic feel to him, and his stomach has a clock on him. And I think I miscolored his little thing there as like pink, like his ghost tail. Apparently it's supposed to be white, but apparently the creator didn't care, and well, here we are. Oh, his bio is just the best. iNote has a lot of history when it comes to the SRB2 community. The character's first ever full-known WAD was dumped in like 2009. It implies that the character has been around since July of 2009. This is just a stretch, however, as that's mainly the 2.0 release of SRB2. And the person who owns this OC, well, they're now an SRB2 developer. The character has a legacy version, a plush, and apparently a character to its lore known as Loki. Yep, typical time I used to mention the character back then. As for the art itself, well, there's a couple of things to note, such as this beautiful frame, and this was honestly one of the easier characters to draw for this thing. I really like Hino's design, and it really is very adorable and cute. She really has come a long way. Hope to see her SRB2 mod. I really hope. And that's it. I've covered every single content creator on the campus. Now, this isn't going to be the end of me drawing out other content creators in general. This was just a fun little thing I did last year, and I finally decided, you know what? Shove it to the world. This was originally supposed to be some sort of end-of-year type video, but hey, things had to change. Things are always going to change. This isn't going to be the last time something like this will happen. I'm also be drawing other content creators. If you want your OC in there, give me a DM. I have a Twitter after all. This is sort of like an extra mile thing. I mean, like, I can't make playlists on TikTok, so I can't group up all my videos into folders. So something like this is gonna have to be done instead. I hope every content creator and or person who wanted their OC drawn in the first place was happy of the results. And, well, I'll leave you to the rest of the music. I'll see you next, everybody.